Leah, turn that stuff down. I'm filming. Leah! Bruh, what is up, gamers? Today I'm gonna try something new, and I don't know if this has been done before. It probably has, but I'm gonna do a storytime mukbang. So let's get into it. Of course, we're gonna start with Taco Bell because Taco Bell is my favorite fast food restaurant, and I'll just never get sick of eating it. And yeah, people look at me differently because of it, but in the end, I'm the one that decided to spend my money on it, so let's go. Before we get into the story time, let's get into what we have from Taco Bell. Of course, I started with a large Mountain Dew Baja Blast because it's my favorite Baja Blast. It's also the only Baja Blast that I drink. I don't know if that sounded good or not. First, we'll start with the bag. The chips are all over the place in this bag, but they came with the order, and I really don't want to eat those. So I got a large nacho fry because I love their nacho fries, and I will order them until Taco Bell takes them off the menu again, and then eventually brings them back, if you get what I mean. There's two small things of chips and queso in here, but I really don't want to eat those because I just don't really like them. I think they're bland. And I will take their nacho cheese sauce for these nacho fries because I be dipping the fries.
Because I love a dipper.
So yeah, there's chips in this bag, but I don't want to take them out. So we have nacho fries and we have the cheese sauce. And so I am a Taco Bell Rewards member. No surprise here at all. And right now they're doing something called a meal for two. I know. I'm two people. I'm probably not going to eat all of this food, but I do have a very busy lifestyle, so I'll probably save it for breakfast and lunch for tomorrow. But in this meal for two, this is not part of the meal for two. I did get a 5-layer beefy cheese burrito because they're literally crack cocaine, and I can't get Taco Bell without getting a beefy 5-layer burrito. It comes with this is a regular, I think I made it a supreme, a bean burrito supreme. It comes with two of those. Here's the other one. It comes with two crunch wraps. This is insanely crumpled, okay? And then two soft tacos. I'm not gonna eat all this food, I swear to God, guys, but this is the spread so far. So we have two Crunchwrap Supremes, nacho fries, two beefy burritos, I think, supreme, a 5-layer beefy burrito, and then two soft tacos, and then it's a bunch of napkins and sauce in here. So I am going to unwrap all this food, and then we'll get into the story time. Now that we have our wonderful spread in front of us, let's get into our story time. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the time that I booked a job that ended up being fake. This actually literally just happened to me over this previous weekend, and I'm really salty about it. I'm talking about this story today because I want to bring awareness to how easy it is to get scammed when you're an actor and looking for jobs when you're not really union status yet or don't have an agent. And I want to show you guys the signs of what is a real listing and what is fake and my experience, because this scammer was so legit that he fooled real casting people in the area, and I just want to talk about it today. So I have a bunch of information on this phone that I'll be looking over because I got receipts, and I'm going to be talking about it while I eat. Let's get into it. So this story starts with me scrolling through Facebook because as an actor, if you don't really have an agent, a lot of the times you can find cool non-union projects that pay or don't pay. Student films, castings, and extra gigs all on Facebook because there's groups dedicated to casting calls for that. And I was just scrolling on Facebook one day after I got an audition for a feature film, and this listing popped up on my feed. And I saw it and I was like, this seems really cool. And the I'm a talker, so I'm gonna eat one fry at a time. We'll get through this. So I look at the listing and I forget what I was doing during it, but I was busy, so I was half looking over it. And I saw it and I was like, this project seems really interesting. This seems like something I would want to do. So I looked into it and it's listing a bunch of characters. There's 3 characters that they're casting for, all female, all my age range, and giving character descriptions. And I'm like, oh, this is filming. It's not in my area, but I can commute to it and like it's doable for me to do. And it pays $500 a day. It's only filming for 3 days, so bank. And I look at it and I'm like, this is really cool. I'm gonna save this for later and I'm gonna apply to it because this seems cool. It seems like a really fun thing to do, and I would be able to do my own stunts, and that would be really cool. So I'm like, okay, let me save it, and I'll come back to it and submit when I'm not busy. So I think I was at a rehearsal, and so it comes after rehearsal, and I pull up this Facebook listing, and I'm like, okay, let me apply to it. This seems like a really fun job to do. Lo and behold, it's gone. I can't open it, and the person who posted it had taken it down, so I was like, dang, maybe they had already cast it and they just took the listing down because they didn't need people anymore. Red flag number 1. So I go about my day and I'm like, okay, this thing is really sad, but it happens. I missed my chance because things in this industry go really fast to where you have to drop everything that you're doing to get a submission in to be considered for a project, and sometimes that's just how it goes. So I went on about my day and I'm like, okay, whatever. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And it obviously wasn't. And the main reason that I was really interested in this project is because one of the characters' names is spelled like my best friend Zoe. Zoe. Sorry, I had to think of how to say Z for a second. And her character description is like really cool. And I really wanted to book it and just go to my friend and be like, hey, guess what? I booked this job and the character is your name. And funnily enough, one of the other characters is the name of my friend's girlfriend, so it would have been funny and a coincidence, whatever. That's the real reason that I really wanted to submit to this project. But things don't work out that way, so I went on about my day. The next day rolls around, and I'm at rehearsal again when I see this thing posted, and I had saw that they had re-uploaded it and whatever, so I'm like, okay, cool. They uploaded it again. Let me hurry up and submit to this before it goes away so I can for real submit it. Like this once in a lifetime opportunity. It went away, disappeared, never saw it again. And then boom, it comes up again and I'm like, this is my chance. Like I have to do it. Like something in my gut was telling me to do it. So I submitted. And lo and behold, I got an email back. It was the same day, but at 2 o'clock in the morning. I think I had submitted it at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And I got an email at 2 in the morning. I just so happened to be awake because I'm a night owl. And I got an email and he's like, we want to see you read. Let me pull up the email. I get an email and he sends a whole thing with all of the details. He resends character information and the roles. He sends the project details that it would be filming from the 21st to the 23rd of February. It's an outdoor location, whatever. And it's just more in-depth details that he didn't put on the post, and it's like, okay, this is the project, whatever. We want to see you submit. And so he asked for some information. I give that information. And then he sends me an email being like, okay, we want to see you read. Prepare a 1 to 2 minute long monologue, record it, and send us a self-tape to be considered for this project. And I'm like, that's crazy. The first time I ever got a call back and a self-tape at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm awake. Obviously, I drop everything. I'm like, okay, I really don't like any of the monologues that I have in my toolbox. So let me find something that's similar to the project, memorize that, whatever. I filmed a get ready with me to do it on my TikTok if you didn't see it. This is what this project was for. And so, whatever. So I go about my day, and we're filming it 4 o'clock in the morning is when it comes around to where I'm filming it. And whatever, like I set everything up. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing this self tape, and I'm like, I feel really proud of myself because I learned and memorized and like did a self tape in like 2 hours at 4 o'clock in the morning, and whatever. And so it was like a rush thing. That's why I was doing it, and I did it as I was awake and whatever, because the faster that you can memorize and submit shows them that you're dedicated and hardworking and able to do things in a time crunch, which is necessary sometimes. So I submitted it, and then I went to bed because it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. When I finished editing the self tape and everything, I uploaded it to YouTube. I sent in my email. I sent in more information that they wanted from me. Whatever, whatever, whatever. And I go to bed because they have school that day. So I go to bed. Sorry we got interrupted. I had to go deal with a fire extinguisher and a noisy neighbor in the room next to us who will not be quiet and won't stop screaming. So anyway, I forget where I was. I am yapping more than I am eating, so let me speed it up. I don't know if that was good ASMR or not. So I submitted it. I went to school, whatever. And when I woke up, I saw that he had actually responded to my email, and he was like, "We liked your self tape. We're going to select you to be one of the actors in this project." And so they didn't tell me which role at the time. So I'm like, "Oh my god, I booked it. I'm really excited now. I'm just waiting to see which out of the three I booked." Because in all honesty, it was a really interesting project. Like, I was really excited. I loved the log line, the synopsis of it, and I liked the character descriptions of all of them. And this is just me being me, but I like to think that I have a great range, so I could see myself playing all three of them, and I didn't know which one they were going to choose me for. So I go about my day. I don't hear anything back for a day. And then the next day, I get an email from him, and he's like, "Oh, did you get the confirmatory email that has the location details? It has more info on pay and everything. Did you get this email?" Because whatever, like, it's a confirmatory email. Like, you have to respond to that and be like, "Yeah, I got this. I understand what's happening." So I was like, "No, I didn't get an email, but I'll be on the lookout." And so an hour or two goes by, then I get the email, and I saw that they had cast me as the lead role, the lead girl. And if you know me, I cry over castings, like good or bad, and I cried because yeah, it's a short film and it was only filming for 3 days, but it seemed like a really cool project, and I couldn't believe that I got cast to be the lead of all people, and like not to be that actor, but I really didn't want the lead. I really wanted to be the best friend because I just wanted to have a character that was the same name as my best friend and spelled the same way. But whatever, like I was really excited. I went to my mom and I'm like, "Mom, I can't believe this is happening." And at this point, I was literally looking into options of staying in Columbus for that 3 days filming in the weekend, so I wouldn't have to drive 2 hours there and back every day for the shoot. And I was like realistically looking at Airbnbs, hotels in that area, and being like, "This is a really excited thing." And in that first email, they were like, "We're going to give you an advance of $500 out of this portion of your payment. Um, Whatever." And so this $500 will be in advance to be like, "We want to work with you, and this is a real project, and like here is leverage." Like, it's not leverage, but it's like a sign-on bonus, basically. That's what it was. And whatever. So he sends another email that breaks down the payment. And it was really weird when I first saw it, but I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Because he, in the original listing, said $500 a day, and it was for a 3-day shoot. So immediately you think $1,500. Then in an email, he was like, your total pay would be $1,000. And then in another email, when he broke down the cost, he goes, your initial payment is $1,900. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, $1,900. But I'm like, okay. So then he broke it down and he was like, $500 of that will be provided for your transportation from set to and from location. Your wardrobe stylist and your hair and makeup stylist and your stunt coordinator and stunt instructor, whatever. That's what $500 of that $1,900 is going to. Then $500 will be your advance, and then you would get the other $500, making your total compensation $1,000 on the first day of filming after the first day of filming has wrapped. So you're there for the project. I'm like, okay, this seems a little fishy, but also it makes sense because having this background, I can understand where it's because it's not a non-union project. They can take stuff and split it up, whatever. So I actually have a friend who does casting in the Columbus area, and I sent him a text message and I was like, hey, this looks really weird, but I think it's fishy, but also I can see where it could be legit. As a casting director, like, what is your opinion on this? Do you think I'm being scammed? Whatever. And so I have a conversation with him, and he's like, it seems fine, it looks real. They gave me a real location. They gave me a real call time for all of the dates. They wanted size stuff for wardrobe. Everything was matching up. Like, it was a real shoot. And so I am excited. I'm like, okay, bet. I just booked a lead role in a short film. I'm going to get $1,000 this upcoming weekend, and I'm going to do whatever. So that happens. And I'm really excited. I'm sitting and I'm going about my day, and I'm like, okay, this happened. Of course, I'm gonna be a blabbermouth. And the thing that really gets me about this is I had booked a film job that was gonna pay $100 for that morning at a shoot where I would be in a mockumentary. I would be someone being interviewed in a mockumentary, and that that day was the supposed third day of filming for the feature, or not the feature, the short film. So I, being me, being told this is legit, whatever, I cancel on the Sunday shoot where I'm out $100. And I was respectful about it, and I apologized, and I was like, my availability changed. I won't be able, whatever. So I drop a project where I knew I was going to get paid. At the end of his previous email where he broke down the payment stuff, he said, be on the lookout for a text message from our financial manager who will get in touch with you about how to go about compensation and everything for payment, about all that stuff and everything. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm waiting on this email from the financial manager. And at this point, we had a pattern going of where I would email, he would immediately email back, or like in like 10 minutes, email back. We would go a day, and then he would respond or ask something, immediately respond, go another day, whatever. Like, this took up a week of my life. And me getting details every day, getting new details about the film, getting things about wardrobe, hair, asking questions, and all that stuff. Man, I'm a slow eater. I'm still on the fries. Let me know if you guys want more content like this. Like, I know I'm a yapper. I'm like very slow eating, but I would love to be a big back and yap about my life. Like, that's all I want to do. And if you guys like content like this, let me know. I really want to start posting more. And I need ideas. So, You guys see I forget her name on TikTok where she goes, and then eats an entire grilled cheese burrito in like one bite. Okay, so now at this point, it is a Saturday where I get this email, and he's like, okay, a financial manager will reach out to you. Perfect and dandy. I go about my weekend, and I'm just like, again, like, I'm really excited. This is the first time where I booked something where I was a lead. It's the first time I booked something where I had lines that I was going to be able to say. And like, it would be the first time I would show up to a set where I would have wardrobe provided for me. I didn't have to bring my own clothes. I wouldn't have to do my own hair and makeup. Like, I had a whole team to do that, and I was really excited because that's what I want to do. I really do want to be an actor and live that lifestyle. And I was like, finally, like, after years of working hard and auditioning and falling flat on my face, like, it's like finally going to work out for me. And I was really excited. So, obviously, my parents love me. And when they're like, "Oh, you submitted to this thing from Facebook. Is it real, whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it seems real. Like, I went to a professional, even a professional was like, this seems real. This seems legit." And so, okay, my parents wanted me to dig deeper into the person who was offering me um the part and who the casting director was and looking into it. So I couldn't find anything on his name, but it was like he had a legit Facebook account, which is like one things you look out for is if people have a legit account. Seems like a real person, had a real Facebook account, seemed genuine, was really nice in the emails and everything. So I'm like, okay, I have nothing to worry about. This seems legit. I got professional advice, even though it's a hit or a miss or whatever. So yeah, I spend that Saturday and I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm just gonna wait on an email or a text from the financial manager to get more how I'm gonna get my money pretty much. And I was really excited because I'm poor and I'm broke and I'm a college kid and I really want $500. I was really excited. And so obviously I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. So I'm still really excited about this and everything. I am eating so slow. And I'm already getting full and I've just had fries. I'm breaking my food code because I usually have to finish my sides first before I get into the main course. And I'm taking too long, so I'm gonna get into this Crunchwrap Supreme right here. But yeah. So now Sunday comes around and I get an email from him and he does the same. Oh, did you get an email from our financial manager? And so I go, no, I haven't gotten anything. I've been on the lookout. Please let me know if there's anything else you need from me. Here's my phone number. Here's my email. Here's my personal email that you can reach me at. And everything. Because I'm taking this, I'm thinking this is a real serious job. So I'm taking it as it's a real serious job. And whatever. So he was like, okay, well, we'll have our financial manager reach out to you. I said, okay, cool. And then I get another email like 20 minutes later, and he goes, our financial manager will text you tomorrow morning, and he will give you all the information about how to go about compensation and everything. Make sure you follow all of his instructions. That should have been a red flag that I recognized, but I'm like, okay, it seems legit. And so I was really just like anxious and I'm like, okay, like as soon as we have this conversation, like I'm gonna get paid and then all I have to do is wait this week and then the weekend will come around and it'll be the shoot time, it'll be my first time, whatever, and everything. And I was really excited. And so then it comes to nighttime, Sunday night, and I'm like, okay, cool. I just have to wait till Monday morning. to get a text and everything. Just have to wait till the morning. And so in my brain, I'm like, wait, I've looked up a bunch of stuff about the casting director and whatever. Let me look up the name of the short film to see if there's any like IMDb pages on it or anything. Or what. So I look up the name of the short film is, and I go on Google, and like all of this was a Google search away, and it's really like embarrassing that it took me almost a week to realize that it wasn't real. So what ended up happening was I looked up the name of the short film. The first thing that popped up was an Indiegogo, which is a fundraising site. It's like a GoFundMe, but it's a fundraising site for indie filmmakers to make their projects, raise funds, raise a budget, whatever. So I look, and it's the first link, and I'm like, oh my god, it is real. Like, I told my parents, I'm like, this seems real. This seems real. Look, there's an Indiegogo for it. I clicked on it, and I want to read through everything because, like, it's more information on the project that I haven't been getting from this casting manager. Casting manager? Casting director. Whatever. The guy's a fake anyway. He's not really casting anything. I'm looking through this page, and I'm like, wait, the logline is the same. Like, it's the same project. But I'm going through, I'm reading the statement, I'm reading the director's statement, I'm reading the synopsis, I'm reading the reason for the GoFundMe, pretty much. And I'm like, yeah, this seems legit. And then I scroll down and it gets to characters and cast. This project was already cast going into the fundraising part of it, and all of the character descriptions were the same as the one on our casting, but the character names were different. This guy took a real short film and casting information, changed the name of the characters, literally word for word copy pasted all of it, copied the logline, copied the synopsis, made up all of these fake details, shoot details, whatever. Just copy pasted it from this website and was going around putting it on different Facebook groups as like a casting thing for a real project, but he wasn't casting it. He was casting nothing. It was a fake shoot. And so all of the red flags go off and my heart sinks. Like, it drops because I'm like, "Oh, shit. This is a scam." Like, I just spent a whole week being excited about something that was happening and it's a scam. So I sleuth some more and I go back to the initial Google search. And then the first thing I see after that is I see the Facebook link to the casting call. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to click on this and it's going to take me to the Facebook group where I originally saw this listing. I click on this link and I read the listing and I'm like, yeah, this is the same exact listing. I see the location and it says San Antonio, Texas. It did not take me to the same group. It took me to a San Antonio casting call Facebook group. Same shoot days, same details, same exact everything. The only thing that changed on that listing was the location of filming. So this guy is a serial repeater of taking fake projects and posting the same information and just changing the location to be where that group is to make people fall for it and think it's local and they'll be able to whatever. And this was so convincing. Literally so convincing because you fooled a real casting director. Like, everything was real. He gave me a real location in the town that he said he was filming. It was a real park, a real house where camp would be, where base would be for hair, makeup, and everything. It was a real location in the real city that he said. Gave convincing logistical details that matched up with what he was saying. But then it came to being compensated before. your advancement payment, where he would then I haven't gotten this far yet, so my assumption was we get to the advancement payment and he says something, and then it becomes very clear that he's just trying to get my bank information or whatever, my something finances, whatever. That's what he was after. And so the really sad thing about it was when I clicked onto this Facebook group, I saw that somebody had already seen it, had already submitted a self tape, and was in the same spot where I was, where this guy had casted her and everything and whatever for the same project. I'm assuming for the same role, and everything was the same except for the location. So I texted her on Facebook Messenger and I was like, "Hey girl," I did the "hey girly" thing, but like for a fake scam. Cast and call. Sorry if you can hear screaming. My sister's being a rat. So I "hey girlied" her, and I was like, "I've spent a week talking with this dude, giving me convincing details. Everything he said was convincing. The listings that he posted were the exact same, except he said that mine was filming in Columbus, Georgia, and yours was filming in San Antonio, Texas, on the same days. It's fake, and whatever." So I felt really bad that I had to do that, and I would rather someone tell me that if I knew I was being scammed. So I did what I reluctantly did not want to do, and because I texted her, it kind of like sat that I had booked a fake job, and I was really excited to break out and do my first short film as a lead role, get to do stunts and everything, and it was fake. And it's really disappointing and it's really embarrassing because looking back on it, yeah, there were a lot of red flags that I should have clocked. And now, every time that I am like close to booking something on Facebook, I kind of feel, oh, is this a scam? And it kind of did like really mess with my self esteem issues. Oops. Because it kind of, when I realized everything, I crashed out and I was like, oh, of course, the only time I would book a lead role in a short film is if it was fake and it was a scam and he was just trying to get my money. But I'm coping with that by being a big back and eating a shit ton of Taco Bell. So in the end, scammer 0, me 1. And like the story's not even done at this point because literally, whatever, I decided that I'm gonna put this man on blast. My friend, I had explained the situation to my friend, and my friend had found that he did the same thing in a Florida group, and someone called him out in the Florida group and was like, he blocked me, but he's doing fake shoots, like beware, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna steal this. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I came with receipts. I took a screenshot of this man's Facebook profile. I took both screenshots of the one he posted in mine where he said the location was Columbus, and then the location in the San Antonio group where he made it the exact same thing, but the location was San Antonio. Same film date, same everything. I was like, guys, beware. Like this guy's fake. If you see his profile, report him and don't email him about anything because he's just trying to get your money and he's trying to get your bank information, whatever. So, of course, I reluctantly post that to as many places as I can. And I literally was like, I wasted a week of my life and I gave him a lot of time and energy. So don't, if you see him, don't be like me. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your energy into something that's not real. I love Taco Bell. Hot or cold, I'm gonna eat it. It's so good. Like, I was being ruthless. I literally tagged this man in all of the posts I made where on Facebook you could like tag someone and be like, oh, this person is with this person. So I had tagged him and added him in all the posts I made, so he knew that I knew that I knew he was scamming me, and I put him on blast, and I was like, this guy's a scammer, whatever. And so I posted in a bunch of groups, a bunch of people are responding in, being like, yeah, it seems shady. Someone was like, I saw this was casting a couple of months ago, and I was very confused on why it was casting again. It's because it's fake. But whatever. So everyone was like, I did get a thank you for posting this, because right now the industry is dry, and so there's not a lot of good paying work. So scammers are scamming and trying to take on the desperation of struggling actors and take advantage of them. And so I want to nip that shit in the bud right like now, because I was lucky enough to have the context clues um after finding things out and speaking with trusted people and getting their advice on the situation, that I was able to figure it out was a scam before I got scammed. And the same can't be said for everybody. So that's why I want to talk about this. And basically, yeah, like it was a really shitty situation. It wasn't fun. I was very excited, and like I had a lot riding on it, cuz I was going through a lot of bad things, and then this really good thing happened, and it was like kind of finally being like, oh, this is my push towards everything, like I really am, I'm really gonna start here. And then for it to be fake was like a really, it shattered my brick wall, one would say. And I went from right here to up here to down here in like a matter of days, not even days, like hours, honestly. Because the second I clocked it was a scam, I was like, damn, this is really unfortunate. I hope this is entertaining, even though I'm not eating as much food as I got. Like, I feel really bad. All of this stuff will get eaten. If I don't eat it eventually, there's like 5 people in this house who will eat it for me. So, nothing goes to waste here. So, yeah, all that stuff happens, and it's disappointing. And I'm like, okay, surely this guy sees that I have tagged him. He blocks me because his @ no longer pops up anymore in all of the things I tagged him in. So he's seen that. He blocks me. He tries to get the post taken down, whatever, it doesn't work. And I go about my day, and I'm just like really sad. And I'm like, okay, well, I wonder if this guy's still gonna like text me and be like the quote financial manager, trying to give me more details on the shoot, when I literally clocked it and was like, dude, this is fake. And like, you would think if you saw that I tagged you and you went through blocking me, you would come to common sense to know that I know that whatever, like this is this is fake. And so Monday comes around, and I'm like just really in the dumps, and I'm like, okay, I'm mourning the loss of something that I thought was really exciting, even though it wasn't real to begin with. Whatever, I was having my day to be mopey and like be sad that I got scammed. Like, I'm really happy that I didn't get monetarily scammed, but I'm really salty that I did get, oh, excuse me. I'm really salty that I did, in fact, get a lot of my time wasted and my high hopes shattered. So that's one thing about the situation that sucks. But where one thing sucks, at least I didn't get any money stolen from me. So that's always a plus. So I've been in the dumps all day. And I'm like, is this dude gonna reach out to me? Like, I'm like half thinking about it, half not thinking about it, because I'm like, this guy knows I know it's a scam, so I wasn't really expecting him to reach out to me again. And then I get a text from a phone number that I don't have saved in my phone. And it goes, "Hey Lainey, I'm Andrew," and then parentheses, accountant, and whatever, and he wants to talk to me about stuff for the film. So I read his message and I leave him on read because I'm like, "You're scamming me. Like, I know you're a scammer." And part of me wanted to just like respond and be like, "Oh," like go about it as if I didn't know he was scamming me, and then at the end be like, "I know you're scamming me, so shut the fuck up." Whatever, but I just chose to ignore it because I'm done giving him all of my energy and all of my feelings and everything. And so he texts me, and I'm like, "Okay, whatever, man. I know that you're fake, and I know that you're just trying to scam me for my bank information." So I let it go, and I go about my day. So I I'm playing Minecraft to cope, doing some homework here and there, and like I finally go to bed late at night because I'm a night owl. And then I wake up the next morning, and he didn't text me again because I didn't block the number and I didn't report it because I like half expecting him to like text me again and give all this fake like detail shit if I didn't respond. And then I'm like, okay, so he's desperate. Whatever. So I wake up to him not texting me again, but I have an iPhone, and when somebody reacts to your message, it gives you a notification. And so this man literally emphasized his last message just so I would be notified again that he was trying to contact me. Like, didn't even, like, reacting to your own message to send a text is crazy. Instead of just, like, sending another text being like, "Hey, did you get this? Whatever, whatever, whatever." So, that was the end of that situation. And I don't know, man. It was just, like, really funny. Like, some details that I was thinking back on it, like, you can tell it's the same dude. And I don't think I talked about this earlier, but when he sent me, like, my confirmation email, he started the email off with aloha, which I thought was really funny because it was, like, out of nowhere. It just said aloha and then was like, "You've been selected to be a part of this." And I thought it was really funny, and so you'll see it in the screenshots that I put up somewhere. Um, I responded to his email with mahalo, uh, which means thank you. So I literally said thank you for whatever. So I just thought that was funny. I'm like, if you're gonna text me aloha, I'm obviously gonna respond with mahalo because that's funny. Whatever. I just thought it was clever. And like thinking back on it, when he sent like, "Oh, what's your first name for the check, your bank name for payment, and your phone number, and the best time to contact you," like yeah, it's like could legitimately be like seen that way, but thinking back on it, it was just like him trying to cover his ass, like trying to be as legit as possible. So it's just really frustrating being looking back on it now and like seeing how blatantly obvious it was that it was a scam. But also in the moment, I was really excited and I really wanted it to be true. I love this drink so much. It's so good. I'm dropping lettuce everywhere. Let me know if you guys want me to do more mukbang story times. Again, this has probably been done before, but let me know if you want me to do another one, and if I do another mukbang story time, like what food should I get? Like restaurant, or maybe I could make something. I'm poor and I just got scammed out of $1,000, so let me know. I'm trying so hard to finish this last bite for you guys. Wow. I have learned that I can't yap and eat at the same time, and I'll just end up yapping and then slowly eating. Okay, last bite. I didn't even finish the fries. I just barely ate one Crunchwrap Supreme. I mean, hey, I did drink all my Mountain Dew because Mountain Dew Baja Blast, bro. And my mom, she really wanted to try the Mountain Dew, the dirty Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And I was like, bet. And I stole a sip, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I kinda wish this was a dirty Mountain Dew Baja Blast, but it is what it is. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I'm sorry that I couldn't eat a lot, but I hope that my story was entertaining for you. Okay, she's gone now. Like I said, if you want to see me do this again, what fast food should I try, or what other types of food should I try? What stories do you want to hear about? If you didn't learn anything out of this video, I at least hope that you were able to enjoy me yapping and laughed at me a little bit, at least, because I even am laughing at myself. Like, looking back, it was so blatantly obviously a scam, but I wanted to go into it with rose-colored glasses. So let me know what you guys think about this video. You should definitely leave a like if you liked it, and subscribe because, yeah. Woo! Bye!